What's happening? I'm Iron Man from the music group theLottory, Showtime Records. Now, after learning so much from the Wizards the other night, the Mavericks decided to take their Luka Magic show on the road to play the Orlando Magic to see whose magic was the strongest. Now, thankfully enough for Mavericks fans out there, Orlando was able to pull off the tanking spell, which allowed them to get the victory in the end. But for a minute there in the fourth quarter, I was getting kind of concerned. I thought Rick Carlisle had done a great job of just blowing the game away, and then they started to come back, and I was, man, listen, man. It's okay. They got that loss. They got that loss like they should have. And like I said, I give credit where credit is due. Orlando Magic they're not a trash team. Okay, they're not a trash team. You know, they're actually pretty good. I know because they mollywopped my Lakers. I mean, like 2 times early. Man, especially Vucevic, this guy, I mean, he sees that purple and gold and he thinks he's like an all-NBA first teamer going to the Hall of Fame. He starts playing like he just can't be stopped, putting up just these ridiculous numbers, you know, 30 points, 15 rebounds. I was like, what are you doing? I mean, killing my guy. That's what he does. But, man, so I know he had another good game against the Dallas Mavericks, you know, so I got to give credit to him. Terrence Ross came off the bench. You know, I thought he might get traded. You know, before the trade deadline, there was a lot of interest in him, but they decided to keep him, and he's rewarded them well. Now they're in this playoff push still. Yeah, they're actually still trying. They're not tanking. It's weird because you would usually think that Orlando's always tanking because they're always picking in the top 5. But man, he had a really good game. He was shooting lights out, like 6 of 11 from the 3-point line. He just could not be stopped. And then you had Aaron Gordon. I mean, this guy's been compared to Blake Griffin, you know, earlier in his career. I mean, because he is just electric. I mean, when he had that fantastic dunk off that competition, you know, dunk contest against Zach LaVine. I mean, when he dunked over the mascot, oh man, that was. Now, usually the only questions we have about that guy is that he's a little erratic with his shot selection and he doesn't seem very polished. But unfortunately for the Dallas Mavericks, I mean, they helped him to get his confidence going. They allowed him to knock down some easy jumpers at the beginning of the game. And then he's like, I can't miss. I can do anything. He started feeling confident. And that was pretty much going to be a wrap for the game, you know. I know we're trying to tank, so obviously I'm not going to take everything for face value. But you got to pick out the things that are still gonna be important and matter when they're actually playing games that count again. So you got some of those things, those techniques and those habits, those carry over. So you got to look for stuff that you can build upon. I saw some things that you can't build upon, and they're really kind of worried me. I wanted them to get the loss, obviously, but the things that worried me is that they out of 9 guys that played, 6 of them were in double figures. That is a problem. That is a problem. That shows me a team that they're just providing no defensive resistance. I mean, I don't understand it. It doesn't matter who gets the ball, they're scoring easily. Everybody's getting buckets. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's like they have an advantage on every position. You know, that doesn't make sense. You gotta change up the defense. Something. You know, a couple of breakout stars. I can understand that 2 guys have big nights, but not just the whole team. Just anybody, whoever gets the ball. This is a hot potato. Everybody just scoring and getting buckets. And it's like easy. It's like these boys didn't even show up. I mean, you definitely don't want to have a game like that because that develops bad habits and then that can carry over to next season. We definitely don't want to do that. Besides that, the reason why they lost is pretty simple and easy to see. Before I get to that, if you're enjoying these videos, I know they're trying to lose and it hates watching that, but I'm trying to extract as much entertainment as humanly possible so you can enjoy this video content I'm putting out. If you are enjoying it, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you're alerted every time there's a brand new video. If you ain't already, make sure to follow me on my 2 Twitter handles. I make sure to respond to all your tweets, your questions, and your comments. If you want to support the channel financially, I appreciate you. Send whatever you can, $1, that doesn't matter to me. It all helps. Just send it to the Cash App. The link is in the description box underneath the video title. I appreciate it. Like I said, it all helps because this is what I do. Now the main reason the main reason that they lost is because they shot 29% from the 3-point line. 29%, you know, which wouldn't be bad, you know, but the Orlando Magic shot like 48%. 48%. They ain't gonna win no games. They ain't gonna win no games. I mean, on top of that, I mean, the Orlando Magic had like more rebounds, they had more assists, they had more steals, they had like twice as many blocks. It was outrageous. I mean, they just pretty much totally dominated in every category. I mean, so that's why they were getting, you know, pretty much blowed out, you know, for the first 3 quarters of the game, and then like I said, Jalen Brunson, he was one of the bright spots of the team, and he's really starting to feel a lot more confident. He's in control and he's asserting himself whether Luka's in the game or not. So I mean, he shot a real high percentage, got some assists, played some pretty good defense. He kept them in the game. Not only that, Trey Burke, who didn't play like the whole game, brought him in the 4th quarter, and they were down by a lot, and they started coming back. He puts on a display of great on-ball defense at the point guard position. I mean, everyone thinks, oh, he looks like Iverson and he plays like them, he's got handles. But man, he really gets up into these opposers. Like DJ Augustine, all of a sudden the boys couldn't score. All of a sudden they couldn't score because he was on them. He was putting pressure. They couldn't get into their sets. I mean, that's, man, listen, and he stayed ready, you know, even though he didn't play the whole entire first 3 quarters. Hey, listen, hey man, Trey Burke, he needs to get that backup point guard spot, you know, for next year, you know, for JJ Barea. Time to go ahead and just, you know, say goodbye. Put him in a front office position or something like that. But really, we need to move on with just a little bit more, you know, actually on the court. Speaking of on the bench, Dorian Finney-Smith needs to go to the bench. I mean, unless he just gets miraculously more efficient and more able to defend these power forwards. I mean, because if you don't have them on the bench, when you have Porzingis there, if you have him playing a power forward, I mean, like I said, he's going to have to be able to cover those guys, and man, they keep getting killed on the rebounds. I mean, so we got to have somebody there just a little bit bigger, you know, someone who can get a few more boards. But that's okay, because he needs to get plenty of minutes off the bench. I mean, we don't want to have Luka run the point guard. I've already talked about how that's not for the best. We want to have Jalen Brunson in there to make sure he doesn't have to have all those ball handling duties, and he can just score more buckets and be a playmaker from off the ball position. That's where he thrives. That's what Luka Doncic does. And, you know, and playing point some of the time, that's what would be best for him to, like I said, for him to thrive, you know, for the most part for the Dallas Mavericks. So we want to keep Jalen Brunson in the starting lineup. Like I said, he's feeling good and playing so much better right now. Why would you put him back down to the bench? I mean, so you have Jalen Brunson, you have Tim Hardaway Jr., Luka, and then you want to have somebody else and Porzingis. If Porzingis is going to play the power forward spot, we need a center in there. Probably, I'm thinking, man, try to get boy Julius Randle. He would be a great pickup. I mean, you could get Vucevic, but I think you probably want to get somebody more who can handle the ball a little bit more of a point center, point forward type position, and Julius Randle does just that. That takes some of the pressure off of Porzingis. That allows him to sit at the 3-point line and shoot jumpers, which he's got a deadly jumper, and he can also, you know, post up, because then Julius Randle could go on the outside. So, you know, it's really good. I don't know if they're talking about Vucevic, but he's a little bit older right now, so I'm not really sure if the meshes on the same timeline, but you could. Hey, you know, but I'm just throwing it out there, you know, as ideas. But we definitely want to have that, have Dorian Finney-Smith coming off the bench, like I said, with Trey Burke. Then you have Dorian Finney-Smith, you know, so, and Justin Jackson only got like 4 shots. Like, dadgummit, I mean, He had like 21 minutes, but only like 4 shots. I understand we're trying to lose, but we want to keep the development on the upward spiral so he can have some confidence going into next year. But other than that, you want to talk about the rest of the team. They shot 29% from the field. I mean, Luka Doncic shot like 36% from the three-point line, but everybody else was like 29%. You just ain't going to win no games. You just ain't you ain't gonna win no games. And nobody could just throw it into the ocean off a boat, even though they're on the coast. It doesn't make any sense, you know. So, but all in all, it was an exciting game. Once it got into the fourth quarter, like I said, Trey Burke came in there, and them boys started coming back. Then we got some more Luka magic, and I was getting worried and concerned. I was like, oh my God, these guys are gonna pull out this. I was like, oh. But at the end, they just ran out of time and ran out of gas. I was like, oh, okay, cool. They went ahead and did that. So we got a good look from the fans. Everybody thought like, yeah, we're really trying to win. You know, the players, even though management's like, yeah, it looks like we're trying to win, but we're really not. Hopefully get that top 5 draft pick. Let's go Zion. Let's go Cam Reddish, RJ Barrett. You know what I'm saying? Even John Morant. But other than that, like I said, it was a pretty good game. I like the way they played, and except they need to get a few more shots for Justin Jackson consistently. And I would be hoping that Brokoff could get some more minutes. I like that, you know, with Devin Harris, I mean, he didn't play, you know, which was great. But Brokoff could get a few of those minutes if you plan on keeping him, you know, for next year. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You want to talk about the legend, Dirk Nowitzki? He had like 15 points. No problem. I have no problem with his farewell tour. Please don't decide to come back next year. The reason why, it doesn't matter how many points he scores on offense. It doesn't matter. He gives up too many easy baskets. Not just regular baskets. Easy baskets, uncontested layups, you know, on defensive end. I mean, so it can't be a go back. That allows the other team to get confident because they're getting easy baskets, and they're just like, oh man, then they start playing better than they usually do because they're feeling good. Like they can just throw the ball, and then the rim just starts looking like an ocean, just throwing it in there, just throwing it. Everything's going in. And when you get confident, and it allows teams to stick around that you should be blowing out, that you should be easily beaten. You give them easy baskets, they stay in the game, and then at the end, you know, anything could happen, you know, but anything did happen during this game because Luka Magic was pretty awesome. He was pretty awesome. I like seeing that down low post work that he was doing. Go and take a look at it.
Now we get to see the Luka Magic show in Orlando. Look at this. We got the look ahead pass to Dwight Powell, who throws it down on the break. Nikola Vucevic, who was an all-star in the East. Oh, you know, stab back. Wet. Oh, it wasn't wet. It was splash after a couple of rock skips, but it still went down. Excellent pass to Salah Mejri. He throws it down. He got the tech on there. He hasn't been getting that much playing time, so I don't mind him hanging on the rim. Now, this right here was a strong move down low, even though it looked like he hooked him with the elbow. There's a lot of calls that don't go his way anyway, so he might as well just go and let that go. This was this is a sweet spin move in the lane with using that body. He's too big, too strong, too good. Oh, look at this. Oh, he's just schooling Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon just got an $80 million deal for 4 years, and he's looking at him like it's nothing. Nothing around the screen and roll. And look at this. Oh, my God. What an up fake. Nikola Vucevic has no idea where Luka Doncic is right now. The heads-up play, the high IQ. Aaron Gordon is getting killed right now. Now they got somebody else on him, and he's too small. He just takes him down low, and this time he gets the call and one on the play. Finally getting a little respect. Not a lot, but a little bit. Well, running the offense, that's what I'm saying. If he runs the point guard job, sometimes, hey, it works out great. Hardaway Jr. gets the open look coming off the screen. Then we got another screen. Oh, he's out wet. You know what that is. I can pass. I can set people up. Oh, it's step back. Wet. Aaron Gordon is getting annihilated right now.
Luka Doncic had a couple of nice step backs, and like I said, man, he never fails, you know, to enlighten the crowd, you know, get everybody excited about what he's doing and hopes for the future. I mean, if you agree, just make sure you leave all your comments down in the comment section so we can go back and forth. Like and share this video to your heart's content. I'm Iron Man from the music group The Lottery, Showtime Records. Holla.